In Sanatan Dharma, we don't consider psychology to be real because we do not consider mind to be real. No? Psychology is a very, very new concept, like a 50-year-old, 100-year-old concept that the West introduced to the world and to India. Because in reality, there are no any mental problems like that you have to go. Nowadays, whenever anybody has some kind of mental problems, they go to a psychiatrist, and then the psychiatrist will decide what kind of mental problem they have. But in reality, in the olden days in India, so if there was any problem, how does a mental problem happen? A person who's always living in the past and future and not living in the present moment, that is on a meditative state, not centering their awareness and always thinking about the past and future. Now, past is finished, it's gone, so you're totally living in memories, and the future is yet to come, so you're not going to fly into the future. So future is imagining, dreaming. So when a person is always living in the past and future and not living in the present, it is very automatic that he or she is going to suffer with psychological problems, because they are living in a very unrealistic world, which is unreal. The past is unreal, the future is unreal, the only real is in the happening, which is the present. So in the olden days, if there was any such problem that a person would live in the past or future, then they would go to a guru or a sage or a rishi, no? And then the rishi would give them a mantra or give some divine instruction for worshipping, or yoga, dhyana, bhakti, any kind of technique. And under the guru's instruction, they would start worshipping God, or they would start doing mantra, japa, which is the process of centering the awareness. So when you start doing practices which centers your awareness, then automatically you stop thinking, and all the mental problems are coming because of thinking, because thoughts only come from past and future. When thoughts arise, your senses arise. When your senses arise, your ego arises, and always we are suffering because of our ego, right? So when you center your awareness through yoga, dhyana, mantra, japa, worshipping of the deity, then you become one-pointed. So when you establish yourself in this one-pointedness, that means every day, day to day, you're doing your nitya karam, every day you're worshipping that deity, every day you're doing your japa, every day you're doing your mantra. Through that, you start getting established in the present, and all the psychological problems goes away. And what happens as a result is that you come out as a self-realized being. So this is how psychological problems were treated in the olden days in Bharata, with the help of gurus and rishis and sadhus and santas. So there is no really mental. So when self-realization happens, the mind merges with the soul. When you're in the present moment, there are no thoughts. So mind does not function separately. Mind merges in the soul. You give a job to the soul. You as a soul, you give a job to your mind. You say, focus on the breathing. So the mind immediately merges with the soul. So that state is called a no mind state.